Hey everyone, welcome to the Matt Stone is Elvis YouTube channel. It's been a while since we've done a face-to-face video like this, but I've wanted to do this video for quite a while, so I thought there's no better time than now. I wanted to show everybody my Elvis memorabilia collection, and I'm not talking about my many Elvis books and records and, little toys and things that have been made of Elvis over the years. Got lots of stuff like that, album candy. Not really showing you that kind of thing today, but I wanted to show you my original Elvis stuff that Elvis touched, sent out, things that were sold at concerts, and things that are just, kind of related to Elvis that are original pieces, as far as I know. So, starting out, this right here I have framed is a Christmas card that Elvis and the Colonel sent out in, I believe, 1967, and it's a blank one. It's an unused one. I got this from John Daly at the Elvis Pawn Shop a couple years ago. It's one of the first original pieces of Elvis memorabilia that I ever bought, and I really, really love it. I think it's super cool that this was, it was sitting in Colonel Parker's office, waiting to be sent out, and it just, this is one of them that wasn't actually used. Another piece of memorabilia that I have here from the John Daly collection, this is an original piece of tour merchandise from Elvis's very first tour in the 70s, September 1970 tour. You don't count the Astrodome show as a tour because it was just one city. But his first real tour, first tour in 13 years, was in September of 1970, and this was a piece of the merchandise from that tour. This right here I actually bought at the Space Needle in Seattle. My wife's family lives outside of Seattle, so when we went to visit them, we went to the Space Needle. Of course, I thought the one thing I have to do while I'm here is go to all the different Elvis spots that he filmed. It happened at the World's Fair, and of course his concerts at the Seattle Coliseum, which is now the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. And I ended up being able to knock out multiple things at once, because that scene where Elvis does the parade in the end of It Happened at the World's Fair, when he sings Happy Ending, the stairs that he walks down are the stairs going up to the Climate Pledge Arena, or then the Seattle Coliseum, where he played in 70, 73. I want to say he played there in 76 too, but I might be wrong on that. Anyways, this is an original cup from 1962 at the Seattle World's Fair, which is when they debuted the Space Needle, and it just so happened that Elvis was filming. It happened at the World's Fair on location in Seattle when they did it. So this is an original cup from the fair. I thought it was super cool, so I got it, and it was like $5. I was like, you can't beat that. That's so cool. All right, moving forward. This is just a button that they sold. I think these were used in 1974. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've researched and figured out when all of this stuff was sold of the tour merchandise, and I know it in the back of my head, but sometimes I don't exactly know in the front of my head. I actually have my own merchandise buttons that I modeled off of this. I put my photo here, and if you look on it, it says Sincerely Elvis, so I have Sincerely Matt Stone written in, cursive on the bottom of the button. Super cool. One of my favorite pieces of my merch, because I like to model my merch off of Elvis's. This I bought at the Tiger Man Dojo in Memphis, which was very short-lived. Not there anymore. But this is an original piece of carpet from the Kangaroo Karate Dojo in Memphis, where Elvis filmed Gladiators in 1974, the unreleased karate documentary. But that red carpet that he's doing karate on in the movie, where he's talking about Chi and Dharma, I think. D-H-A-R-M-A. Dharma. Yeah. This is the carpet that he was standing on. Alright, this right here I also bought from John Daly. I think this is the only other John Daly piece in the collection. This is an original film cell from when they filmed Aloha from Hawaii. This was a gift from my friend Ben Starling. He says that he bought this off a guy, I believe he said he bought it at the International in Vegas at an Elvis convention they did a couple years ago with Martin Fontaine's show when they were doing it at the Westgate. This was apparently owned by Colonel Tom Parker back in the Carney days, and this was one of his canes. Super cool. Super, super cool gift. This right here was a gift from a fan of mine, Debbie Pencil. She lives around here, and she comes to my shows pretty often. And she saw Elvis at the West Palm Beach Auditorium in February 1977. We got my autographed picture from Larry Geller. I got this a couple years ago. Larry's a great guy. I've spoken to him on the phone several times, and he always answers my emails. So, real nice guy. Thank you, Larry, for sending me this awesome picture of you and Elvis and Colonel Parker. Larry actually told me a funny story. If you look closely, you see a faded Colonel Parker signature over here. This is a copy of that original. But Larry said that he never asked for an autographed picture of Colonel, and Colonel just gave him one as a gift. This I got just before DJ Fontana passed away. It's a signed DJ photo. I was talking to his daughter, Karen, and she got a printed picture, took it to her dad, he signed it for me, and I want to say he passed away 6 months later. It was towards the end of his life. I never actually got to speak with DJ like a lot of my friends have, but he seemed like quite a nice guy, and he was nice enough to sign that for me. So thank you very much to DJ and to Karen as well. A lot of this stuff that I'm about to show you was a gift from a fan named Joe Landon. You may have seen his comments on my page. The man is one of the nicest people you ever met, and he wanted somebody to have his Elvis collection that he had gotten from shows over the years. And he sent me a ton of stuff, and a lot of the stuff I'm about to show you was a gift from him. Amazing guy. Really, really nice guy. And these right here, took me a really long time to figure out what they are. They're all gold, except for one of them, which is green. Apparently they made them in several colors, but gold were by far the most popular, so most of them are gold that you can find now, and these ones are much more rare than the others. But if you're trying to figure out what the heck these things are, you bend this piece back right here, and it goes in your pocket. It's like a button that doesn't go through your shirt. Genius idea. I've never seen these anywhere else except for with Elvis merchandise. Should bring those back. I got lots of these awesome tour catalogs, these tour photo albums from RCA Records. Joe sent me these. These were just sold as merchandise starring Elvis's shows. I believe this one is 1970, because all the photos in it are like 68, 69, some even earlier, some 67. But there's 69 photos on stage. So I believe that this specific album was sold in January, February of 70. This one, also super cool. These photos are from, there's some photos of him in here from 75. So I believe that these are from the 76 tour. I can't be sure though. I'd have to look it up and see. Yeah, these photos, most of the photos in here are from 75. So I believe that's a 76, and it's volume 6, so that would make sense. This is a summer festival menu. These are awesome. I actually have a couple of these. This right here is just an awesome little poster that they would sell. On the back it says, "World's largest stuffed teddy bear donated to the Youth Hotel by Elvis and the Colonel." Of course, Colonel gets credit. Here Elvis on RCA Records, and there's a big picture of a teddy bear. Awesome. Another tour photo album. Here is a dinner menu. Okay, so it looks like this dinner menu is from 75 because it has a concert map on the back of the cities that Elvis has hit on tour. And it lists them 1970, 71, 72, 73, and 74, all sold out. This right here, got some of these little wallet-sized calendars. I've got a few of these. Most of them were sent to me by Joe, but I also have one from another fan that we're going to get to in a minute here. This is a really cool little round menu. I believe it's from 73 because they're promoting the full album on the back of it. Really cool little thing. This is probably my favorite menu design that they did. This is a cool tour photo album. One of my favorite things about the cover that I noticed is that Ronnie has not started putting bottom heads on his drums yet. Another funny thing about this photo album, they clearly didn't want people to be able to see who the background musicians were. So Ronnie Tutt, his face is just really poorly blacked out in the photo. Concert folio album. Let's give you an idea of how it looks inside. This here was a gift to me by the EP Continentals fan club of Kissimmee. They run the EP Continentals Elvis Festival, the ultimate qualifier that got me to the ultimate last year. Amazing people over at that fan club, and they gave me this awesome original advertising print for Love Me Tender. This is another really cool gift from Joe. This is an original hound dog sold in Las Vegas in 1970, as featured in the movie That's the Way It Is. You'll see these everywhere. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here, this is one of the pieces that I really, really treasure. This is a stage-worn scarf by Elvis Presley, also with a New York Post article of when he passed away. I also have this other concert-worn scarf by Elvis. It's white, as you can see, along with another pocket-sized calendar and a Oklahoma ticket stub from his show there July 2nd, 1973. Those scarves were a gift to me by a fan who saw me many, many years ago when I was doing shows in senior homes. When I want to say she saw me when I was probably 14, and she had seen Elvis many times. Her friend's dad, when she was a teenager, had a Learjet, and he worked for a flight company. I'm not sure. I don't remember the story exactly, but they had access to the jet, and he would jet them across the country to see Elvis. I'm not exactly sure where the scarves are from, but there is a picture of Elvis in Oklahoma in 1973 where the ticket stub is from, wearing a royal blue scarf just like that one. So I have a hunch that it very well could be that blue scarf from the Oklahoma concert, but there's no way to be sure. He gave out so many blue and white scarves over the years, and I doubt she would have gotten 2 scarves in one show. I mean, can you imagine how lucky she would be? So they were definitely gotten from different shows. But yeah, that's all. That's my memorabilia collection. I hope you enjoyed the video, folks. I really enjoyed presenting it to you. I love getting to talk about this stuff. I'll have to do another video in the future of me talking about my books and I've done records and little things like that. I think a book collection would be really, really good because I got some good stuff in here and some rare stuff in here. All right, thank you very much, folks. Have a great rest of your day. God bless you. TCB.